On December 18, 2024, the odyssey of Robert Cole Parmalee reached a critical juncture within the hallowed halls of justice. Standing before a judge, Parmalee, a 40-year-old man hailing from the distant town of Grants Pass, Oregon, uttered a word that sent ripples through the courtroom: guilty. This admission pertained to a charge of second-degree stalking, a dark cloud hanging over him since his arrest for relentlessly pursuing Paige Bueckers, the acclaimed UConn basketball prodigy. Parmalee's guilty plea brought a semblance of closure to a case that had gripped the nation, shining a harsh spotlight on the unsettling world of celebrity obsession. This wasn't merely a case of an ardent fan overstepping boundaries. Parmalee's actions, as revealed in the courtroom, painted a picture of a man consumed by a delusional infatuation, his judgment clouded by an unhealthy fixation. The courtroom, usually a stage for legal battles, transformed into a somber theater where the narrative of an athlete's ordeal unfolded. Parmalee, a man whose obsession led him astray, now faced the consequences of his actions, his fate hanging in the balance as the judge prepared to deliver his sentence. The severity of Parmalee's transgressions was reflected in the court's sentencing. Judge Kevin Randolph, known for his measured approach to justice, handed down a 1-year suspended sentence, a decision aimed at balancing punishment with the potential for rehabilitation. Parmalee would also be subject to 3 years of probation, a period during which his actions would be closely scrutinized. However, the court's pronouncements extended far beyond the confines of confinement and supervision. Parmalee found himself ensnared in a web of restrictions meticulously crafted to ensure the safety and well-being of Paige Bueckers. A protective order, a legal shield designed to safeguard Bueckers from further harassment, was put into effect, its duration stretching far into the future, from September 16, 2023 to January 4, 2064. Furthermore, Parmalee's movements were severely curtailed. He was strictly prohibited from setting foot in Connecticut, his presence deemed unwelcome within the state that had become the backdrop for his misguided pursuit. The basketball court, the very arena where Bueckers showcased her talent, was transformed into a forbidden zone for Parmalee. He was barred from all WNBA arenas and practice facilities, his presence deemed a potential source of distress for the athlete he had relentlessly pursued. In a moment of apparent remorse, Parmalee, his voice barely a whisper in the hushed courtroom, offered an apology for his actions. His words, tinged with regret, acknowledged the fear and distress he had inflicted upon Paige Bueckers. He expressed remorse for the turmoil he had caused, not only to Bueckers but also to the state of Connecticut, its residents, and the esteemed institution of UConn. That evening, Parmalee, his fate sealed, boarded a flight bound for Washington State, his departure marking a symbolic end to his unwelcome presence in Connecticut. He left behind a trail of unanswered questions, his motives remaining shrouded in mystery, his actions a stark reminder of the dark side of fandom. Paige Bueckers, the young athlete at the center of this unsettling saga, chose to remain silent, her voice absent from the media frenzy that surrounded the case. Her coach, Gino Auriemma, a towering figure in the world of women's basketball, followed suit, declining to comment on the matter through a spokesperson. Their silence spoke volumes, a testament to the emotional toll exacted by Parmalee's relentless pursuit. Robert Britt, Bueckers' attorney, emerged as a steadfast advocate for his client, his voice a reassuring presence amidst the storm. In a carefully worded statement, Britt expressed satisfaction with the court's ruling, emphasizing that their primary objectives had been achieved: Parmalee's return to his home state, his mandated participation in mental health treatment, and the assurance that Paige Bueckers would finally be free from his unwanted attention. As the dust settled on the Parmalee case, a sense of relief washed over those who had been touched by its unsettling narrative. The courtroom saga had reached its conclusion, but its echoes lingered. Paige Bueckers, a young athlete whose talent had brought joy to countless fans, had been forced to confront the dark side of fame, her life upended by the obsessive actions of a man she had never met. The long-term protective measures put in place for Bueckers served as a stark reminder of the pervasive nature of stalking, and the importance of safeguarding the well-being of individuals, particularly those in the public eye, from unwanted attention and harassment. Parmalee's case, though unsettling, underscored the need for vigilance and swift action in addressing such behavior, ensuring that the pursuit of justice remains paramount.